Howdy folks, welcome to my retro media room, and today I decided to talk about my top 10 most valuable Nintendo Switch games for my collection. And to start with, at number 10 we have the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. I haven't played this, but I have no doubt that it's great because SNK games are whether it be console, arcade, or otherwise, are usually solid games. They're nostalgic, very retro, of course, and I love uh, compilations like this. So anytime compilations like this come out, I get them because it just gives you so many. Uh, it's just a valuable way of experiencing, re-experiencing, or experiencing for the first time classic games. Now we got the inside here. Now I do not like this warranty technical information on the inside art of games. I really can't stand that. It was on the same way with Resident Evil 6 on the Xbox 360. Just not a fan, but just had to point that out. And of course there's a little card. So yeah, haven't played it, but I am very confident that this is a worthy purchase if you can get a hold of one. All right, at number 9 we have Atari 50th Anniversary Celebration Steelbook Edition. So the reason I have this on another case, is just a empty case I have. The reason I did that was because there was a manufacturing defect and I had to replace this once or twice when I first received it from Amazon because the slipcase is undersized. So on the Steelbook here, which is very nice, I love the Steelbook here, but since it was undersized, now this is good. This is good inner artwork. It's a poster. I really want to fold that because I want to keep it nice, but it's got a cool poster and of course the game. But they were coming in ripped on the edges here, whether it be at tops or bottom, or even along all the back here. It was coming in ripped because it was too undersized. So this one came in, it was not ripped, but of course it was snug. I took it off and never put it back on, and now I just keep them separate. So that's how I handled that. I think they fixed it, but the first run had that problem, and then I just dealt with it that way. I haven't played it, but this has got a bunch of Atari games on it. They have some new games on there, old games. So this is I've heard nothing but good things about this. It's a nice compilation once again for nostalgic games or experiencing old games for the first time. So I would have no reason to not recommend getting this collection. Okay, and number 8 we have Real Mist. So Myst I played, and I have the big box PC copy and PlayStation and Sega Saturn and the original version. And Real Mist, or at least Myst, the original. This is just the kind of the titling of this modern version of Myst. That's actually pretty good. I played this a little bit, and I do recommend it if you're a fan of Myst. It's a nice modern way of playing it. This version was a limited run release, and I got a hold of it. It's got a booklet here, which I love. I love these little booklets, and I got a kind of a trading card there from limited run. And limited run they do their cards, so that's always nice. So yeah, I love these little booklets here. I wish all Switch games had these, but yeah, I certainly recommend this. And Myst is Masterpiece Edition. Myst is a classic game if you like the music and atmosphere and nostalgia of playing it on the PC in the 90s or even PlayStation or Sega Saturn. So yeah, this is a cool game. I like it. All right, and number 7, we have Golf Story. So this one I do recommend. It's critically acclaimed, but I also, if you like golfing and you want a little bit of adventure mixed in there, a little bit of RPG elements mixed in, almost feels like it's a story you're playing through, and it's got simplistic but yet nice old school, retro style graphics. It's a cool game, so I do recommend it. But it has gone up in value, the physical edition, and this is a limited run. But if even just it has a manual, so the limited run tends to give them these games manuals, which is good. But if even just downloading it, especially if you get it while it's been on sale numerous times for download. I recommend the game if you appreciate golf at all, especially more fantasy style, arcade style, retro style golfing games and so on. So yeah, this is a solid game. I enjoy it. Okay, and at number 6, we've got Time Spinner. I have not played this game, so I can't really comment on its gameplay or anything, but it always looked interesting. It's a 2D side-scrolling game, so and I thought it looked interesting, and haven't gone around to it, but it does have a fan base, and this, of course, being limited run games, it's got a booklet in the cartridge, and I didn't realize that it was worth money, and it looks pretty solid. So this is one I will fire up one of these days. All right, and number 5, and this will come to no surprise to anybody, is this Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So they had limited print and limited digital access to this. So they made it limited, which is interesting. I don't agree with that. To make it where you can't even download it anymore, I think is a pretty dirty move from Nintendo, to be honest with you. But fine. A limited release of the physical, okay, whatever. So because of that, that's why it's at my number 5 position here, because it is, and I knew it was going to happen. That's why I bought a physical one. I didn't download it, but I didn't want to give them money for what they were doing, which was predatory. So I bought the physical and left it at that. Just for me personally, great inner artwork, great. I mean, a fantastic way. I've been playing the. So I recommend this if you can get a hold of it at a good. If you get it for a deal, absolutely recommend it. But otherwise, it's tricky to find nowadays. But keep in mind the Switch is region free, so even if you find foreign copies of this, that's acceptable for you in North America. That's acceptable too, because they all play, and that's the beauty of Switch, and that's the beauty of Switch is that they're region free, and PS4 and PS5 games anyway, those are also, I think those tend to be region free. Don't quote me on that, but it's kind of like 4K Blu-rays are region free. I want to say PS5 games are, but I'm not sure. But Switch, I know is region free. So anyway, that's number 5. At number 4, I really like this one here. I got this pre-ordered from Limited Run, the Turok 2-pack. So I love Turok, and this is a really nice physical. Now I've got these digitally on Xbox. That's where I played them, is on Xbox. But I just wanted this as a collector's item, as a fan of the series, as a fan of these two games. Very nostalgic. I love that it has this outer box, and then the inside games are textured and shimmery and really nice. And they got little booklets. Like, this is great. I mean, yeah, there was a more premium version of these, more expensive you get for the price and simplicity yet elegance of these. I opted just to get this one because I have the original boxes of the original games, so I was good on having a retro style box from Limited Games in that case. But yeah, so and then there's also booklets. So these are really great. The Limited Run knocked it out of the park with these Toroks. So obviously I highly recommend these if you can get a hold of them, or at the very least download them on Xbox or PlayStation so you can play them, or Switch. They're digitally available everywhere. And at number 3, we have Metroid Dread Special Edition, which is this very large box, which the Switch is kind of known for having with some of these special editions and collector's editions. This one, I didn't get it right out the gate. I actually waited till another run of them came out because they were having supply issues. People were buying them up. I managed to get one. I didn't overpay for it because people were trying to get high prices for it, which is wrong in my opinion. A game shouldn't be worth money like the second it comes out. There should be at least some lapse of time before a game becomes worth money or something, in my opinion. So, but I was fortunate enough that I did not overpay for this, and now it is worth more because it's been a number of months. And so inside here we have the Steelbook of the game, which I really like. These Switch miniature Steelbooks are very nice. And I'm not going to bother to open it, but there's this. It's like I think it's like a art card set. I'm just going to leave it be. I just don't feel like opening it. I'd rather keep it for now. And then you have the mission logs. This big book, which is really the whole reason the box is so big. It's this big, heavy book. I'm sure it's got like art and some behind the scenes, a different thing, or more story details and things like that, right? I want to keep it sealed for now because I just don't feel the need to open it at this point. But I do have the set here. I do have the game to play. So yeah, that's number 3. All right. And at number 2, we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works. Definitive Works edition, basically. So Xenoblade Chronicles, I originally had on the Wii. Played it a pretty good deal on the Wii. Never finished it though. So this will be the definitive way to play it now. Which Dread, obviously, I recommend. I forgot to mention that. And this I would certainly recommend, especially if you like the Xenoblade game, because this is a superior version of it now. And I was fortunate enough that I got this big box edition, which take a look here. Because I love the Xeno series, period. I started with Xenogears, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So this is actually interesting. So this has this cardboard piece with the weapon art on it. You know, like this, the sword, the main sword here. And not only does it hold the special edition content, but it holds the game cartridge. Very cool. And this content here, which I really like this. So this is nice, and it's a complete cardboard piece, and the book slips out of that, which is still sealed. I'm going to keep it that way for now. Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah. So this is a very cool set. I love the artwork of that. So certainly recommend this. And now, obviously, these are nearly impossible to get a hold of without paying a pretty penny for it. So that's just the name of the game, unfortunately. Now, at number 1 here, we have similar here, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition. Once again, I got this off. I got each of these off of Amazon when they launched. They were not overpriced, thankfully. They were actually a fair price. They were like $90 to $100, you know. So, and I really like these big box editions here. Take a look at the back. Never gotten around to playing these other sequels. I still need to play, but I plan on playing Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered or Definitive Edition and going from there. But I can't not recommend Xenoblade Chronicles. If you appreciate anything Xeno, they're all worth playing. So you have the really nice Steelbook here. Really nice artwork. And a sound selection. I need to rip this to my computer if I haven't already. Very cool. Love that. Then, similar to the last one, really big art book with probably more details from the story and world. So very cool. Now, to finish this off, let's show you a couple honorable mentions here. So to finish off with the Xenoblade Chronicles. So I also have the DLC, the physical copy of the DLC for it, or the add-on content. It's not worth a whole lot necessarily, but this physical copy, it's worth a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of complete that with this. And I am going to mention Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because my cousin was kind enough to buy me this as a gift, and I still need to play this. I need to play them all. And so I was going to complete the set, I was going to get the collector's edition big box, but Nintendo's website, well, they made it where it was exclusively from Nintendo.com, and Nintendo or Nintendo Power got whatever the handle is, but it's Nintendo's store, and it's sold out, and bots bought it up and within minutes of it going live to pre-order and buy. So no, most people weren't able to get a hold of them. So instead of them being mass produced and sold by Amazon and alike, they made it exclusive to Nintendo store, and nobody got it. So and you know, scalpers rejoice, right? So I have a very harsh feelings towards scalpers and what they do and their practices and their store bots that they use and everything. So unfortunately, Xenoblade Chronicles Special Edition, Xenoblade 3 Special Edition fell victim to that, and I don't have one because of it. So it is what it is, but I do have the basic game though. It's not worth, of course, not worth anything special, but at least it finishes the trilogy here. And finally, I am surprised that this is not worth more. I had to double check and triple check why, but it's weird. This really cool version of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with the Steelbook and the controller, and I have everything in here. And of course, this in this cool special box and everything. It's worth less than buying the controller by itself. That I can't make sense of. Cannot make sense of that whatsoever. Why the controller by itself is worth more than it packed in with this together makes zero sense. But that's all I could find on price charting. So okay, well to me this is worth more because it's the same controller, but it's packed in with the game in this special packaging. So this should be worth more. But for some reason, I guess they produced enough of these where it's not particularly rare, and people aren't able to get a whole lot for them. We're talking like less than $40. So. Whatever, but I still love it though. So, and I love Smash Brothers Ultimate, fantastic game. So anyway, all right, those were my most valuable Nintendo Switch games so far. If you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more Switch games, I do have more. I don't have more that are worth a lot, but I do have Switch games that I could show and talk about. And if anything, I'll see you next time.